Animal Farm is a novel where the main characters are animals. They rebel against the humans who exploit them and take over the management of the farm with the goal of creating a more egalitarian community. The pigs, who are the most intelligent among them, form a leadership team and quickly establish themselves as the rulers of the revolution. Unfortunately, they also steer the revolution off course, resulting in a dictatorship that is even more oppressive and ruthless than the humans they overthrew. At the manor farm, Old Major, a highly respected boar, calls for a meeting of all the animals in the big barn. He shares a vision he had about a world where animals live freely without the oppression of humans. He inspires the animals with a song called Beasts of England, which portrays his dream. The animals show great excitement for Major's vision. Unfortunately, he dies 3 nights after the meeting, leaving Snowball, Napoleon, and Squealer, 3 young pigs, to develop his ideas into a philosophy called animalism. Later, the animals launch a surprise attack on the farmer, Mr. Jones, and succeed in driving him off the land. They rename the farm Animal Farm and pledge to pursue Major's dream. Among them, Boxer, the cart horse, becomes a fervent supporter of the cause, dedicating his enormous strength to the prosperity of the farm and adopting the maxim, "I will work harder." At first, Animal Farm flourishes under the guidance of Snowball, who teaches the animals how to read, and Napoleon, who educates a group of young puppies in animalism principles. When Mr. Jones attempts to reclaim the farm, the animals defeat him in what becomes known as the Battle of the Cowshed and seize his abandoned gun as a symbol of their triumph. As time passes, however, Napoleon and Snowball begin to clash over the future of the farm, each vying for power and influence among the other animals. Snowball devises a plan to construct a windmill to generate electricity, but Napoleon staunchly opposes the idea. When they hold a meeting to decide whether to proceed with the project, Snowball delivers a passionate speech, while Napoleon responds with a brief remark before unleashing 9 attack dogs, the puppies he had confiscated, to chase Snowball from the farm. Napoleon seizes control of Animal Farm and declares that there will be no more meetings. He proclaims that henceforth, only the pigs will make all decisions for the benefit of every animal. Napoleon changes his stance on the windmill, and the animals, particularly Boxer, devote themselves to finishing it. However, one day after a storm, the animals discover that the windmill has collapsed. The neighboring human farmers gleefully proclaim that the animals made the walls too thin, but Napoleon accuses Snowball of returning to the farm to deliberately wreck the windmill. In a massive purge, Napoleon eliminates any animal who opposes his rule, labeling them as co-conspirators in Snowball's plot. The attack dogs are unleashed to execute the accused. With his authority unquestioned, Boxer now lives by a new maxim: Napoleon is always right. Napoleon gradually expands his control and manipulates history to portray Snowball as a villain. He starts behaving more like a human, sleeping in a bed, drinking whiskey, and trading with the neighboring farmers. Such actions go against the original animalist principles, but Squealer, Napoleon's mouthpiece, persuades the other animals that Napoleon is an outstanding leader and is improving their lives, despite the animals being cold, hungry, and overworked. Following the destruction and reconstruction of the windmill, the neighboring farmer, Mr. Frederick, cheats Napoleon in a timber purchase and later attacks the farm, destroying the windmill with dynamite. The animals engage in a pitched battle, resulting in Boxer being badly injured. Although the animals emerge victorious, Boxer's wounds weaken him. Eventually, Boxer disappears, and Squealer informs the animals that he has died peacefully in a hospital, praising the rebellion. However, in reality, Napoleon has sold Boxer to a glue maker to obtain money for whiskey. As the years pass, the pigs on Animal Farm become more human-like, adopting human-like mannerisms such as carrying whips, wearing clothes, and even walking upright. The 7 commandments of animalism, previously inscribed on the side of the barn, are reduced to a single principle: all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. At a dinner with Mr. Pilkington, a human farmer, Napoleon announces his plans to align himself with human farmers against both the laboring classes of the animal and human communities. He renames the farm Manor Farm, claiming that it is the correct name. From outside the farmhouse, the common animals can no longer distinguish between the pigs and the human beings present at the elite party. The central conflict in Animal Farm arises from the pigs' consolidation of political power, which corrupts the animals' desire for freedom and equality. Old Major's teachings and the song Beasts of England express the animals' initial goal, which is to establish a society where they are free and equal. At the beginning of the novella, Mr. Jones represents political power as the farmer who neglects the animals' welfare. However, the animals' victory over Mr. Jones creates a false sense of success as they believe they have overcome political power. In truth, they have only defeated one form of it. By Chapter 2, when Napoleon takes the cow's milk, the pigs become the embodiment of political power, and the animals' freedom and equality are compromised. Throughout Animal Farm's chapters 2 to 7, the pigs gradually become the face of political power, embodying it in multiple ways. Initially, they begin by taking more resources for themselves, such as milk and apples, and later using animal products to purchase human luxuries like whiskey. As their power grows, they become increasingly violent, creating a police force with dogs and executing animals. In addition, the pigs take control of the truth, with Squealer changing both the commandments of animalism and the history of the Battle of the Cowshed. The story's climax occurs in Chapter 7, when Napoleon decides to sell the hen's eggs, leading to the Hens' Rebellion, which is quickly and harshly suppressed. At this point, Boxer remains the only character still holding onto the hope of achieving true freedom. He works tirelessly with the belief that one day he will retire to a special pasture, as promised by Old Major. However, when Boxer finally approaches retirement age, Napoleon sells him for profit and has him killed. This act of betrayal signifies the ultimate victory of political power, embodied in the pigs, over the other animals. In the novella's final pages, the animals watch as the pigs dine with human farmers, and they are no longer able to distinguish between the two groups. Both humans and pigs have become equally corrupted by the corrupting influence of political power. Animal Farm is a flawlessly crafted story that exemplifies George Orwell's keen intelligence, especially in his selection and presentation of animal characters. The book is thought to be a reference to Stalin's regime at the time it was written, with the animal characters representing individuals from that era. George Orwell, a well-known British writer recognized for his political satire, offers readers an outstanding black comedy on politics in Animal Farm, which is widely regarded as one of the best novels of all time. In Animal Farm, George Orwell effectively conveys the true face of politics in a language that everyone can understand, using lovable animals as his medium. The book has been censored in many countries, and even in England and America, there have been attempts to ban it or present it with altered content. Despite this, Orwell's work has maintained its essence, successfully changing many people's views of politicians.